thank you for sharing some incredibly personal but powerful stories. This is the heart of the Affordable Care Act. It is the very heart of it. And for all of us who don't have any of these challenges, at least not at this point in our lives, there but for the grace of God, go I. So I'm very thankful to all of you for hopefully spreading a message of what this means, because it's not just for those who have a pre-existing condition, because tomorrow any one of us could face that reality. But it is about the very essence of who we are as a society and what we value. And if we value life, then we value life at every stage of it, not just simply, you know, at a certain point. So I am very pleased that many of our calls were answered by Governor Murphy, who has had the Attorney General of New Jersey intercede in this suit along with California and several other states in defense of the Affordable Care Act. But it should not be our state governments that ultimately are defending us collectively as a nation. It should be our federal government that is defending us as a nation, that is ensuring that the life of each and every one of us, of Ethan and all of the other young people here and those who have been spoken about, that they can fulfill their God-given potential to the maximum because their government makes it possible for them to do so. That's what this fight is all about. That's really what it's all about. So we will continue to fight, but we need the voices of New Jerseyans and Americans to rise up and say this is fundamentally wrong. We can have all different views about what's the best health care and how do we achieve it. That's fine. But what we cannot have is saying that somehow somebody is Solomonic enough to decide who lives and who does. I certainly am not that person. So I hope that you will take from this moment, as we will hopefully share with so many others with your permissions, and we'll ask you for that, to get a better sense across our state and across the country about what this is all about. But we need to speak to those who are our friends and our neighbors. We need to speak to those who we worship with, those who we work with about this issue, and raise our voices. Because when we do, we can achieve great things. We achieved this last year when we were fighting the repeal of the Affordable Care Act, where the Congress spent not once, not twice, but 40 times in 40 different votes to try to repeal the Affordable Care Act instead of trying to build upon it. Let's make it better, but let's not take away the essential elements of what created a foundation for so many people. So again, with my deep thanks and respect for your willingness to share some incredibly personal stories, and Ethan being able to go play now. He's been such an exceptionally good young man. Thank you, Ethan, for sharing your story as well. Thank you for staying with us through this whole process. Are you ready to go?
You ready to be done?
I think so. I think so. And thank you, Madam President, for having us here at Clara Mass. Thank you all for joining us. I appreciate it.